Chapter 2. Hungry like the wolf. It happens in a flash of an eye, but Damien is suddenly gone and in his place snarling fiercely and ready to attack. Is the wolf that rescued you before. I can't believe it. Damien is a werewolf. Before you can react, the huge wolf leaps past you, growling, teeth bared, clearly ready to tear the muggers apart. I can take you, Blackwood. You don't scare me. But the mugger's hands are shaking as he pulls out his knife and as Damien lunges. Stupid, run! Damien's teeth snap an inch from the first mugger's thigh as the two of them turn tail and run. Damien slowly turns, his amber gaze settling on you. Your heart pounds as it takes a cautious step forward. What just happened? Damien lowers his head, a soft whine escaping his throat. Instinctively, you stumble back against the alley wall. The air shimmers around the wolf as it begins to transform. Bones shift, fur recedes, until Damien stands before you, breathless and wearing only his silk underwear. His body, his shredded clothes, lie scattered on the ground. Amelia, it's okay, it's me. You're safe now. You're a werewolf? You turned into a freaking wolf, Damien. What the hell? He looks a little defeated. Well, I guess you know I'm a werewolf now. Hearing him say it loud boggles your already confused mind. A werewolf. I'm talking to a real-life werewolf. Incongruously, Damien's mouth quirks upward in a smile, and again you see that glint of a canine. A werewolf who needs to get some clothes on in a minute here. Look, I'll explain everything, I promise. Before I can start explaining, give me a second, I've got a change of clothes in my car. Damien walks down a row of oddly expensive sports cars and stops at a sleek black sedan. He opens the trunk, and in a moment he steps out dressed in an impeccable suit. There. That's better. I like how you handled those muggers. I hope, or I would hope you liked it. You might have died if I hadn't shown up when I did. Hey, I could have handled myself just fine. He just stares at you for a long moment, and you sigh. Fine, I probably would have gotten seriously hurt at the very least. Luckily, we'll never have to find out. Damien's eyes scan the parking garage. He seems alert, focused. He glances at you. Those two are gone, but there could be more coming. We can't stay here. Let me take you home. I can explain more on the way. And leave your own party? Oh, there'll always be another party. I'd rather see you home safer than entertained tonight. And if it starts more rumors, you'll just have to take my case to get rid of them. You almost fire back, but the events of the night have overwhelmed you, and his car is right there waiting. It's this or taxi, and I'm not up for making taxi driver small talk tonight. Damien opens the door for you and gestures to the passenger seat. After you, Amelia. The city lights blur past as Damien's sleek car cruises through the night. You've been sitting in silence for about 5 minutes, your mind swirling, trying to think of how to begin this bizarre conversation. You sneak a glance at Damien, his hands grip the steering wheel tight, his fierce amber eyes fixed straight ahead. He's clearly wound up, but that's not where your mind focuses. The shadows dance over his gorgeous features in a way that makes your heart skip. As if it weren't complicated enough that my new client is a werewolf. He's distractingly hot. Damien huffs out a rough growl of a laugh. You keep staring. Something on your mind? I was just thinking. Thank you for saving me back there. I don't even want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't shown up. You don't have to thank me. I wasn't able to let anything happen to you. And that wolf who rescued me earlier tonight, the first time I saw those guys, that was you too? Yes. I was making the rounds and I just happened to find you. I was looking for... He pauses, clearly thinking about what to say next. Trouble. I guess you could say. And I guess I found it. I know you must think this is crazy, but the supernatural world exists, Amelia. Threads of it are woven through our own entire societies living just out of sight, and I'm a part of it. And now you're a part of it too. In a sense. You're one of the few humans who know. I don't trust people with my secret lightly, and now you see what I really need you for. The scandals that are plaguing me, they're attracting attention, and with too much attention, you risk your true nature being exposed. I get it. Exactly. And I've got much more at stake than your usual client. Tell me, who were those guys? Do you have enemies? Unfortunately, I do. There are people who'd love to see me taken down, both in human world and the supernatural one. The guys tonight, let's say they're a little of column A and a little from column B. So by working with you, I'm putting myself in danger. I won't let anything happen to you. You have my word. Tell me, can you change whenever you want? Or is it just during full moons? I've got control over my transformation. With enough practice, I've learned to shift whenever I need to. Aside from a few rare occasions where it's required, let's say. Tonight I chose to transform because it was the fastest way to keep you safe. That must take some serious discipline. It's both incredible and kind of scary. It's part of who I am. I've learned to live with it. Tell me, are there more werewolves out there? Are there more werewolves out there, or are you the only one in the city? Oh no, we're everywhere. Werewolf families are all over the world. Some of them are very established here. One of them even helped found the first and only werewolf fraternity. There's a werewolf fraternity? Huh. Who knew that's actually canon now? There is Alpha Tau Sigma. Alpha Tau's a werewolf rat. We had a chapter at my college. I went to so many at their parties. I'm surprised they even let you in as a human, but we alphas can throw a hell of a party. The car pulls up in front of your building and Damien cuts the engine. The city hum fills the quiet between you. We're here. He gets out of the car and opens the door for you, then holds out his hand to help you out of his car. It's warm when you take it. Warm, rough. No matter what else this man is, he's real. Damien, there's something I don't get. Those guys seem to know what you are, but if keeping your secret is so important, why did you change in front of me? You didn't know I was trustworthy. We just met an hour ago, so why? Why risk it? He's still holding your hand. He takes it in both of his abruptly. You can't help but gasp a little when you see how intense he's looking at you. Because keeping you safe mattered more than any secret. Call it animal instinct, but an alpha protects their pack, and one of the tenets of Alpha Tau is that humans must be protected. Damien, I appreciate that a lot. Well, I'm lucky you were there to protect me then. He looks thoughtful. His eyes are shadowed as he looks at you. Now that you know about the supernatural world, you're more vulnerable. To guys like those muggers? No, to things you don't even know about. It's my fault you've been brought in, and I'll make sure you stay safe. For a moment, the air between you crackles with unspoken tension, then he smiles softly at you. There's so much more I want to tell you, but tonight's been overwhelming enough. How about joining me for dinner at my place tomorrow night? We can talk more freely there. Is this a business dinner? In case you hadn't noticed yet, I mix business with pleasure. He leans in slowly, his lips hovering near your cheek, but instead he takes a gentle breath near your neck. A shiver runs down your spine as his warm breath tickles your skin. Until tomorrow, Amelia. He pulls back, his gaze holding yours for a lingering moment before he steps out. Good night, Damien. Just before you enter your apartment lobby, you glance back. Damien is still there watching you with an intensity that steals your breath. Finally, you slip into your apartment, closing the door behind you, your mind spinning. Who is this man? What have I just stumbled into? And is it going to get me killed? Wait till you realize vampires and other things exist. The next day, Lila sits on your couch as you fill her in on your wild night. So, did you and Damien close the deal? I hope you didn't tell her about being a werewolf. Lila, I just met him. We haven't even been on a date. Oh, you and your dirty mind. I mean, literally. Did you take him on as a client? No, not yet. But after what happened last night... Ooh, something happened last night. Spill! I can't tell Lila about his wolfy secret, so what can I tell her? Let's just say... Damien protected me last night. We were leaving the gala. You remember those muggers from before? Well, they showed up again. Damien stepped in before anything could happen. Wait, you were in danger? Are you okay? I'm fine, thanks to Damien. It was just so unexpected to see that side of him. Wow, who knew Mr. Mysterious had a heroic streak? Maybe there's more to him than we thought. Sharp knock at your door interrupts the conversation. Wonder who that is. I'm not expecting anything. Opening the door, you find the owner of the dress shop. She's holding an elegant black box tied with a satin ribbon. Special delivery for Miss Valentine? It's you. Did I leave something behind at your shop? Oh, no, dear. This is a special order for you from Mr. Blackwood. You're going to love it. Toodles! She hands you the box and departs. You place the box on the table, mind running wild with curiosity. Lila leans over you, curious. What is this? Inside lies the most exquisite dress you've ever seen, fabric shimmering under the line. A small envelope catches your eye. You open it to find a note. A little gift for all your troubles. Wear it to our dinner tonight. Oh, wow, Amelia, look at that. And you're having dinner tonight with him? It's a business dinner, and it's a little presumptuous for him to send me an outfit to wear. Oh, sweetie, that's a date dress if I ever saw one. And you like presumptuous? Now, show me. I'm not letting you leave without at least trying this on. You hold up the dress, its elegance and allure, impossible to ignore. Game certainly has something about blues, but it looks alright. Royal blue, get wined and dined in style. How can I say no to such a gorgeous dress? You slip into the dress, the fabric hugging every curve flawlessly. Gazing into the mirror, you feel a surge of confidence and excitement. This is going to be an interesting night. Every time I think I know what Damien's going to do next, he surprises me. Then let's see what surprises he's got for you tonight at dinner. And don't forget to tell me everything. A night taxi drops you off at the grand entrance to Blackwood Manor. Just as you reach the intercom button by the gate, a voice speaks from behind you. Nice night for a visit, isn't it? You whirl around to see a man leaning casually against a stone pillar, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. Last night's attack is still fresh in your mind. You jump back, brandishing your keys. Don't come any closer. Don't worry, I'm not dangerous. At least, not unless you have something to hide. The man smiles, holds up both hands, empty. He seems harmless enough. You lower your keys, still keeping a skeptical eye on him. So, you're here to see Blackwood, huh? What for, may I ask? I'm wondering what you're doing here. Touché. I'm following up on some leads. Leads? Are you a PI or something? Something like that. I'm interested in uncovering truths. And lurking in the bushes, it looks like. The man laughs. Sometimes lurking is how you get the good stuff. Now, about Blackwood. You seem to know a lot about Damien. I mean, Mr. Blackwood. Why the interest? The man silently reaches in his jacket pocket and hands you a business card. Your fingers brush as you take the card, a subtle spark passing between you. You glance down at the card. Mark Rivers, investigative journalist, Daily Record. I've read your work, it's good. I enjoyed the piece on the city council bribe scandal. Ah, high praise coming from someone who knows secrets the way you do. And you're lurking around Blackwood Manor looking for what? Mark's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Anything I can find to prove he's corrupt and dangerous. Be careful when you talk to him and watch your back. Feel free to reach out if you ever want to talk, on or off the record. You may not be prepared for what you find out tonight, Amelia Valentine. So you knew who she was. Just hang on to my card, and if you need a change of perspective or a sympathetic ear, call me any time of the day. He gives you a final nod before turning and disappearing into the darkness. Weird guy. I guess you'd have to be a little odd to do what he does. Then you realize he knew who you were, but you hadn't introduced yourself. Slow. He's good. I'll have to watch myself around him. The intercom beside the gate buzzes to life. Miss Valentine, you're expected. Please come in. The massive gates begin to glide open, revealing the long driveway leading to the mansion. You take a deep breath, slipping the business card into your purse. I wonder what I'm about to walk into. A dinner. The grand doors of Blackwood Manor open before you, their ornate design hinting at the elegance within. Good evening, Miss Valentine. Welcome to Blackwood Manor. Thank you, Mr. Oliver. Miss, follow me. Mr. Blackwood will meet you shortly. The butler's warm smile puts you at ease as he leads you through the grand entrance hall. His friendly manner can make you feel unexpectedly at home. As you follow him, you catch a familiar icy stare near the grand staircase. Damien's assistant, Evelyn, her arms full of file folders, stops in her tracks and glares at you. You. What are you doing here? You know what, you give me an icy glare, it's none of your business. Does Mr. Blackwood know his assistant likes to interrogate his guests? Evelyn's eyes turn even colder, if that's possible. Mr. Blackwood receives a lot of public attention. It's my role to keep undesirables away from him. You mean groupies? Well, I'm not one, so you can relax. What are you? What you are remains to be seen. Evelyn, be nice. Damien descends the staircase, his stride confident, looking sharp, effortlessly stylish, and smiling a warm, inviting smile directly at you. That outfit probably cost as much as my car, but he's perfect at home, and why does he always look so good? But sir, your privacy. My privacy is my business. Those reports are yours. Handle them. Evelyn looks chastened, but spares one last glare at you as she hurries down the hallway. Damien can't seem to take his eyes off you, and he drinks you in with his eyes like a drowning man. I see you got my gift. What do you think? I think it's lovely, and that you're spoiling me. Do you send dresses to all your business associates? His smile's a little wicked, that one canine glinting subtly. Good idea. Great idea. It's definitely liven up board meetings. But I doubt that anyone on the board would look as exquisite as you do in that shade. Let's head to the dining room, shall we? The chef's planned quite the menu for tonight. He offers his arm with a playful smile, and you take it, a subtle thrill running through you as he guides you deeper into the manor. You enter the dining room where a beautifully set table awaits, candlelight casting a warm glow that softens the grandeur. He pulls out the chair, and you settle in, taking in the exquisite surroundings. A pair of silent servers place the first course in front of you. They move to fill your exquisite crystal water glass, and then Damien gestures. My guest and I need privacy tonight. Wait in the kitchen and don't bring the next course until I call. The servers nod and disappear silently. So, this is Damien Blackwood in boss mode. Word of the day apparently is exquisite in this book. I'm not that harsh. When I'm giving instructions, I just... He licks his lip. Is he savoring this meal or savoring the sight of you? Make my desires clear. Your desires? You sound like a tough boss. I suppose I am. I guess the reason is Blackwood Industries is mine. I'm responsible for the welfare of the company and all my employees. And I know how to make the company and my team thrive, so I expect my instructions to be followed. And if they're not? Damien's mouth quirks upward in a smile. I do keep a dungeon for my most disobedient employees. Damien sees your eyes go wide and laughs. I'm kidding. The dungeon is obviously for... Did he just say that? Great. I'm gonna be distracted all night. So tell me about Blackwood Industries. I know it was founded by your great-grandfather. It's got several subsidiaries. We do a lot, or a little bit of everything these days. Manufacturing, R&D, real estate, but our biggest branch at the moment is tech. And you're the only Blackwood in the business right now. Yes, my family has a history, you know it, everyone knows it. Right, the Blackwood family scandals, and now it seems you're following in their footsteps. I'm not going to run off with my secretary like my uncle did, if that's what you mean. With the rest of the family. My scandals have other components. Supernatural components. Yes, the Blackwoods have been careful to keep our nature secret, but not always careful enough. Such is my situation now. The bar fights, that's my wolfish temper getting the best of me at exactly the wrong moment. The mysterious animal sightings, that's me, hunting. And the disappearances? Those I have no idea about, believe me. I want those cases solved as much as anyone, if not just get the suspicion off of me. He leans in, his eyes are sharp, his expression focused. He's Mr. Blackwood, the CEO right now. So, Miss Valentine, how would you approach the bar fight situation? How would you spin, Doctor? You smile confidently, very much in your element. There are a few angles we could take. We could announce that you're stepping back from the nightlife, spin it as a bogus rumors from jealous rival, reveal you were defending someone. Defending someone. Come clean that you were actually protecting someone, highlighting your noble side. Paint you as a hero rather than a troublemaker, showcasing courage, sense of justice. People love a good hero story. It could really resonate. The protector angle fits well with who I am. Honest, appealing, I like your thinking. If my uncle had someone, man, a comma would have been amazing right there, right? Had someone like you, maybe the Blackwood reputation wouldn't be as tarnished as it is. It's interesting. I don't hear much about Blackwood, but you these days. Damien's expression freezes. He gives you a long look like he's considering something, then he sighs. There are no more Blackwoods. I'm the last one. All the Blackwoods, your whole family. Dead or disappeared. My parents died when I was a teenager. My sister passed 5 years ago. My brother, no one knows where he is. I'm so sorry. Wolves and humans are both pack animals. We need our loved ones, and without them... Do you know what it's like to be an alpha without a pack, Amelia? I don't. Must be incredibly hard for you. It's just how things are. It's also why I can't let things slip. It's not just the company that rests on my shoulders, it's my family's legacy. I know a little about family reputation. In fact, something that happened to my family is why I went into the PR business in the first place. I understand the weight this must be for you, and I'm honored that you chose to share this with me. His look is melancholy, but he reaches across the table and places his hand lightly on yours. You're trustworthy, Amelia. I can feel it. My feelings about people are never wrong. But now you've had a rich and delicious dinner. The silent servers place a delicate chocolate souffle in front of you, each of you. God, it looks good. Never had one and it looks good. It smells heavenly, apparently. My favorite. Chef outdid herself today. He takes a scoop of the dessert, his eyes glinting with something playful. He leans over the table. I promise, it's exquisite. He raises the spoon to your lips, you open your mouth, and a burst of flavor explodes on your tongue. You close your eyes to savor the taste. When you open them again, his hungry gaze is on you. What do you think? I think that chocolate souffle is better than... He laughs. His laugh is bold like him, but there's something a little wild about it. Then you haven't been having it with the right people. Those words send a shiver right up your spine and a pulse of heat between your legs. Damn it, Amelia, get it together. He suddenly stands up, strolling over to you. He pulls your chair out gallantly. We've talked enough about business. Now it's time for pleasure. You would think that the chocolate would be it. There's a balcony outside with an amazing view of the city. Join me for a drink, Amelia. It's a clear offer to be alone with him, even more than you have been at this table, and there's a note of heat in his voice that makes you shiver. Go to the balcony with him. Yes, please. I'd love to. Excellent. Follow me. He stands up smoothly, offering his hand with a warm smile. You take his hand, feeling the subtle strength beneath his touch as he leads you to the balcony. The night air is crisp, with a faint hint of jasmine as you step onto the balcony. Below, the city lights stretch out like a sea of stars mirroring the sky above. Pretty breathtaking, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning. It feels like I'm in a dream. I find peace here. It's the perfect spot to unwind and think. So what do you think of my place so far? It's truly fascinating and beautiful. The architecture, the art, it's all incredible. I'm glad you appreciate it. This place has been a family project for generations. Of course, I had to rip out some of my great-uncle's installations to get it to this point. The 70s were a weird era for color schemes. Oh no, avocado and mustard? He chuckles, your elbow to elbow against the balcony railing as the lights glitter below. You can feel the warmth and subtle scent of his body next to yours. In fact, you can't think of anything else. It's too quiet out here. We need a little something more. He pulls out his phone and taps a button. Jazz starts playing from invisible speakers somewhere nearby. I mean, I could have gone what was going on, but okay. I love this song. Do you? Care to dance? He offers his hand again, his gaze inviting. I'd like that very much. Step closer, his arm wrapping gently around your waist as you sway to the music. His touch is warm. You can almost feel it burning through the back of your dress as he pulls you close. Damien, relax and let me lead. He pulls you even closer up against his body. You can feel the corded muscle underneath his dinner suit, the heat of him pressed up against you in his hands moving slowly down your back. He stops just short of your ass and leans in, breath hot in your ear. Tell me if this is too much. Let his hands continue. You sigh and lean against him and whisper, "Keep going." He chuckles a little deep in his chest, rumbling against your ear as his hands slide down to cup your ass. "Do you like that?" "Yes." Your hands are firm on his cheeks as he fiercely pulls you closer. You're dancing as close as you can, and you're barely even hearing the music, just swaying and lost in each other's sensation. "Amelia, do you know why I'm so attracted to you?" "You're attracted to me. I hadn't noticed." He pulls you even closer. "It's not just because you're beautiful, brilliant, and move fast on your feet. It's more than that. It's primal. It's..." He hesitates. "It's your scent." "My scent? You mean my soap?" He almost growls as he answers. "No, the scent of you. There's something intoxicating about it. The scent is very, very important to werewolves. It sets off our most primal urges. It's how we identify our mates." "Mates?" His eyes are dark with the moonlight, and his expression is vulnerable. Is Damien Blackwood opening up to you? "Who we're meant to be with once we found our mate. We don't ever let go. Ever." He bears his face in your neck and slowly takes a breath. "I'm not saying anything about what you and I could be. Not yet. All I know is..." He pulls back, his eyes meet yours, and you can feel his heat, his hot breath on your lips as he leans in. "I can't stay away from you." You touch your lips to Damien's gently. He groans, claims your mouth completely, catching you off guard with his intensity. "Amelia." He kisses like a starving man, like he wants to devour you, all tongue, teeth, deep and intense. His hands are hot on your back as he pulls you closer, and you can't help but feel his hardness against you. You shift against it, and he groans into your mouth. "Don't tempt me. You're going to make me lose control." "What does that mean? What are you afraid of?" His jaw tenses. He doesn't pull back, but his hands relax their grip. "Hurting you." That's all he says, but there's a pain in his eyes that you can't ignore. "I trust you not to do that, but if you need to slow down..." Nodding, he reaches a hand up to touch your cheek. You can feel the heavy rise and fall of his chest, and then he lets his hand drop, finally taking a step back. "Thank you. I want you, Emily. Amelia, wow." I pulled the oldest thing in the book. A Freudian slip. Just don't at me, okay? I don't even know where it came from. I don't even know the name. But anyway, I don't even know anybody with that name. That's the kicker. And just shut up and move on. But I don't ever want to put you in harm's way. As only a discreet cough breaks the moment. "Excuse me, sir. Oliver, is everything okay?" "It's time, sir." An expression of shock crosses his face. "Is it that late already? I've never lost track of time like this." He glances back at you, a mix of regret and reluctance in his eyes. "I'm afraid I have to take care of something urgent. Evelyn, we'll make sure you get home safely. Feel free to look around on your way out, but please avoid the West Wing. It's a bit of a construction zone right now." "Of course, I understand." With a final lingering look, he turns and follows Oliver inside. "I guess it's just me now. Me and this big, old, fascinating house." It wouldn't hurt to look around a little, right? Just a little? The mansion is cloaked in shadows as you wander through the grand hall. The faint sounds of whispering draw you deeper in its labyrinthy corridors. As you turn a corner, Evelyn steps out of the darkness. You're still here. Actually, I was just on my way out. The door is the other way. Let me show you. Actually, I was hoping to look around a bit longer. Damien mentioned I could take a look at some of the artwork on the way out. Did he? Yes, he did. I mean, he did say it. He just said to avoid the West Wing. The two of you stare each other down, and then Evelyn relents. Mr. Blackwood does like to show off his collection. Please make sure that you stay in the public areas of the mansion. The West Wing is completely off limits. Understood. You walk past Evelyn, who gives you a side-eye but doesn't get further in your way. This house is so gorgeous. Spooky, but gorgeous. Where the hell did we end up? You spy a narrow staircase, half covered by tapestry. It looks like someone has moved that tapestry recently. A hidden staircase. Now that's my kind of mansion. Glance around to ensure you're alone, then descend the creepy steps, the air growing colder with each step. At the bottom, you enter a vast gallery filled with paintings. There's a layer of dust on the antique furniture, and some dust is disturbed on the ground at the opposite end of the room. Portraits of men, women, some ancient, some of whom bear a resemblance to Damien, line the walls, their eyes seeming to follow you. Are these the Blackwoods? Some of the paintings, the oldest ones, look strange, almost feral, with wild eyes that send a chill down your spine. As you walk through the room, the wolf-like traits seem to recede, but not completely. Who are these? They look more modern. The hallway ends with a cluster of 4 portraits. An older man and woman in formal wear, a young woman dressed for a debutante ball, and a boy with a laughing expression, and Damien's eyes. These must be his parents. That's gotta be his sister. That's obviously his brother. At the end of the corridor, a heavy ornate door catches your eye, distinguished by its intricate carvings and symbols. You try the door, curious. Locked. You notice a half-open drawer in a nearby cabinet, and inside a heavy, old key that seems to match the lock. Oh. Let's see what's inside. You take the heavy key and insert it into the lock, your heart pounding with anticipation. With a creak, the door swings open, revealing a room lit by candlelight. Your breath catches as you step inside. It smells like secrets in here. Secrets smell like old books, right? Kinda. But you're surprised to find only a wooden table, not the elaborate displays of Damien's ballroom gallery. The 3 objects on the table immediately draw your attention. A silver dagger with a red stone, an ornate locket, and an old leather-bound journal. He's just left these things sitting around on a table? Could pick them up if I wanted. He left them in a locked room. I'll examine the journal. An old journal, maybe it holds some answers. You gently open the worn leather cover. The pages brittle beneath your fingers. You see short entries, each noting the phases of the moon, meticulously recorded. What's with these tick marks next to the full moon? Underneath the tick marks, you see notes in old-fashioned hand. Oh, Farmer Allen 3 sheep. It's a hunting log. Whoever it was must have kept track of their prey on full moon nights. I'll examine the locket. You pick up the locket. This is really pretty. Looks like a Victorian design. Gold, not silver. The locket is beautifully crafted, well loved, and you open it to reveal a faded photograph of a woman with kind eyes. That same woman in family portraits. Damien's mother. There's a small note tucked inside. You pull it out and carefully unfolding it. I pray you'll find the peace I never could. Huh. Who was she praying for? Examine the silver dagger. Maybe the father wasn't a werewolf, or maybe he was, but the mother wasn't. You pick up the dagger, its weight solid in your hand. It's really well made, but it's not steel. It's silver? Isn't silver too soft to make weapons out of? A faceted red stone glimmers ominously in the hill, capturing the dim light. Along the blade is an inscription: to slay the beast within. Werewolves don't like silver. The beast within. It's this dagger for killing werewolves? Why would Damien have something like this? Uh-oh. A sudden noise echoes from somewhere below, pulling you from your thoughts. You explore the mysterious room. What was that? You decide to investigate further, leaving the room behind and pocketing the key, just in case. Following the sound, you find a hidden door at the end of the corridor, leading down a narrow staircase. You descend the stairs and find a hallway lined with doors, dimly lit by flickering electric lights. What the hell is this place? Probably the West Wing. Another growl echoes through the dim hallway, and you follow the sound to a nearby doorway. In the center of the room, you see Damien, shirtless, sweat glistening on his skin, struggling to lock a shackle around his arm. He looks up sharply, his eyes widening in shock and alarm as he sees you. Amelia, what are you doing here? You need to leave now. You don't understand what's about to happen. Damien, are you alright? Wait, is this a werewolf thing? Yep, and I bet you it's a full moon. There's no time to explain. You have to leave before it's too late. Please, Amelia, go. I can't hold it back much longer. There must be something I can do. Damien's body convulses, a guttural roar ripping from his throat. No! 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 Muscles ripple, bones crack as he begins to transform before your eyes for the second time. His screams turn into terrifying howls, filling the chamber with echoes that chill you to the bone. His eyes meet yours one last time, now wild and consumed with fury, devoid of recognition. Damien? His front paws scrabble at the stone floor, and you realize that he hadn't fastened the shackles in time. His rear paws strain at the restraints he pulls against them. Damien, are you okay? What's happening? That's not Damien anymore. That's the beast within. With a final wrench, he breaks loose, turning his feral gaze upon you. He lunges, jaws wide, and slavering right at you. Alright, so, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Please consider hitting the join or thanks features on the channel. There are ways of giving back, especially if you want to, especially figuring I do the VIP, I do the diamonds. I try and get these up as soon as humanly possible. The fact that I'm one of the only creators who literally reads this stuff to you, so you can enjoy this while you're in your car or wherever. And then also, you know, I try and narrate the best I can, and then also voices. Right, I try. The only thing I ask is, please consider sharing this community, this channel, these videos with people, letting them know that I even exist as a creator, and this channel does exist, because without viewers like you who are able to do that, pretty much this channel will go nowhere. So, again, I can't stress that enough. So, aside from that, thanks for watching. Catch you all in the next video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Peace out.